This day 909 Arukh HaShulchan. If you would like to sponsor upcoming Shem Arukh HaShulchan, please contact me directly. We very greatly appreciate it. Today we're doing Simon Tuf Reish Vav Sif Aleph to Tuf Reish Zayin Sif Base. Tough Reish Vav. She applies to Rav Yom Kippurim. A person has to go and appease his friend on Rav Yom Kippur. Aleph. Prior to this Barbasim Tough Reish base, we already explained. It's noted that any Yom Kippur Mechaper El Averish Menam Lamakom. Yom Kippur only tells each other sins between man and God. Avalo Mash made on Chaber, not between man and fellow man. If it's a matter which has to do with money, there's no atonement until he pays his friend, reimburses him. Should also ask for forgiveness on the anguish he caused him. Because that's right, you stole from the masses. I don't know from who you stole. Such as you sold with dishonest weights and measures, or you sold defective merchandise, etc. And then you should use the ill-gotten gains for the purposes of the masses. You made up a moment if it's not a monetary issue, but you harm the honor of your friend. You cursed and blasphemed him, etc. It's not forgiven. So we ask him for forgiveness, and you get him to the point where he forgives you. You're supposed to specify the sin which you committed against him. But if it's going to cause your friend to be embarrassed by telling him a sin, don't specify it. Just ask for generic forgiveness. Let me say the examples that when you spoke Lashon Hara about somebody, you might just make it worse to tell him the Lashon Hara you spoke about him. So just ask for forgiveness time. The truth is that the whole year you are warned on this. Don't wait till after Yom Kippur. Who knows what's going to happen the next day? Rabbi Yom Kippur it's mandatory to do that. Mishabur and Sharatzim write that even though the rest of the year you're required to appease your friend, unless he doesn't have time the rest of the year, and he waits to. It's because he's gathering lots of sins against his friend, and therefore he's waiting to appease him one day. But that on Erev Yom Kippur he's required to fix it. And certainly if he stole something or cheated somebody or anything with his monetary issues, it's pashut that since there's a monetary issue involved, where the mitzvah say of making restitution corrects the mitzvah's lo say of theft or cheating or whatever, you can't wait till Erev Yom Kippur because each and every moment you have the obligation to do the mitzvah say. So even if you wait for something which is just to cover your friend, you can't wait for something which entails the money of your friend. The person who has been mistreated should not be cruel and not forgive immediately. We find Avraham Avinu and Avimelech did something wrong to him. He immediately forgave him and we spell for them down for him. And we, the descendants, royal it's proper for us to seize on to Avraham Avinu's good midos. But if you have in mind for the benefit of the person asking in that you're not forgiving him, Rasha, you're permitted to do so. Yeshua says that it's also true if you are doing it for your own benefit, because you're afraid if you're Michael him, he's going to do it again. So then you don't have to be Michael him. And Mishabur says, nevertheless, even if there are exigencies which prevent you from being Michael outright, you have to move from your heart to hatred which you have of your friend. There's a famous letter in the Igros of Rav Hutner in Pachad Yitzchak where he's just wrote a Talmud about something that he's Modia him. He's letting him know that he's not Michael him. And clearly that was in order to indicate that the Talmud better work at this. Continue on. Maisa because Sof Yuma. I don't remember myself had. Achbemes lo shirt over said, but this is not really prevalent. Let's see who that you're going to teach him a lesson by not being mavav moichalin. The V'keini motil of shem ra. Also, if he spread false information about you, answer chum kol. You don't have to be moichel. Mishnah Rabbeinu b'shem mashotil love, then you yodim mechila, because many people will know about the shem ra that he was spread, and they won't know about the mechila. I'm not sure exactly why. In fact, they don't know about the mechila is an issue, but he says in any event, it is an attribute of piety, not piety, pity, of piety, pity, yeah, both the same. Even if somebody is much shame against you. Also called Tatstiki, and if the person who insulted you does anything possible, looks for any way to justify himself, not justify himself in negative sense, justify himself in the right and positive sense. And he publicizes publicly that the shame ra shahotu sheker, that the false name which he gave his friend was a lie. Shem Bakr is asking for forgiveness. Nearly the meeting on circling call. Arukh HaShulchan says in that case, the person against whom the Motzi Shem was directed, it has to be Moichel, according to the letter of law. The Chavra Islay, because your friend has a friend. In other words, the word's going to get around that he now says it's a lie. So therefore, he is atoning for his lying at the beginning. He's Vadu HaKol Shesheka Diber. Anyways, we'll find out that he was lying. In the brackets here it says, it's not literally this case. I remember the cases. Kimmel. Made him if this bias, but he's showing up. If the fellow who you insulted or wronged does not appease the first time, you go, yeah, because you have to go a second and third time. Each time with a different type of attempt to appease him. Be our bell of rain, and get a lot of your friends to intercede. His friends, your friends, that they ask him to forgive you. Each time he takes 3 people with him. Ralph is not sure the first time I say 3 people. And it stands to reason that he doesn't. Even the third time he doesn't forgive you, you don't have to keep making further attempts. You did whatever you could. And unless the person who you slighted is your Rebbe. Then you have to require to go to many times until he forgives you. Even if he's not your primary Rebbe, just heard some Torah from him. And even with somebody else, you can go more than 3 times. It's not that you have to stop it 3 times. But this is only if it's not going to degrade Torah. The person asks me, Mechil is not Talmid Chacham. Talmid Chacham is Talmid Chacham. Okay, he's Talmid Chacham, they're wrong. And he should ask Mechila, but lo yechas it'd be a bizarre for the covenant of Torah if he goes more than 3 times. If the person against whom you sin died, if there's monetary issues involved, the Shani should pay his heirs. If it's verbal taunts and such like, maybe I'll start bring 10 people, and place them around the grave of the person who you slighted or wronged. And you should take off your shoes. And you should say, I sin to God, the Lord of Israel. The place and to this person. So why 10? Because when there are 10 people around, the Shechina is present. Obviously, they're doing something called Shemaim. And because of the honor of the Shechina, the mace will certainly be Moichel the Chai. Even though there is no real Maisa after death, so that we do Maisim in this world. The Lolamacher, not after our death, not tomorrow, after death. If the dead person forgives him, it's forgiven. But he won't be punished further. But in matters of money, it doesn't work. The lama mincha very shalit. Why should the dead person forgive you? You can pay. You mail him out shy, mail him a love on phone. Interesting, if you don't have to pay, then there's no avera. I don't know exactly why. It's a big kiddush. It is son avera. I'm not sure what he means by that. If the distance cemetery is more than 3 parsos, which is anywhere between 72 and 96 minutes, you can send an agent, an adversary in your place to the camera. Which says the shliach should take 10 people. If you mock somebody after their death, says the Mishnah Berurah, you don't have to ask for go ask Mechila this way. And this is exactly what the Arukh HaShulchan is about to say. Momentarily, I'm not sure why we needed this from the Piskei Mishnah Berurah. Okay, he does this from time to time. Being careful, the degrades of death. Answer the you don't have to go to his kever and bakish Mechila Makom Shir B'Isho. Ask Mechila in the place where you embarrassed him posthumously. But that in Shlosha, it's enough for 3 people in that case. If you taunted somebody and denigrated his forefathers, you have to ask for Mechila. If you're in many settings, especially if you're in a school or such like, people come over and say, "Are you Michael me? Are you Michael me?" Even though they didn't degrade each other at all. But perhaps they had slighted the other's honor, and which Arukh HaShulchan says is evidently it's a good thing. And in the case, evidently a desire to fix. Even though there's no, technically speaking, there's no Lashon and people are dead. Nevertheless, there's a takana from the ancient authorities and a curse to speak ill about the dead. Even though it says in brachas, anybody who says something after the person dies, it's as if he's talking about the stone, the dead person doesn't care. Or either because they don't know, or because they don't care. Except for a Talmid Chacham, who even if he doesn't care, Hashem cares. Nevertheless, the takana was and is not being Motzi Shemra on the mason. Hey, he said Pirkei Rabbi Lezer. It says Rabbi Lezer, the Sam. We try to avoid pronouncing the name. The Sam dash L. Shutami Mekachga Yisrael. That the Sultan is always prosecuting the Jewish people. He brings up our merits. He says to Hashem, Master of the universe, you have one nation, just like angels. Just like malachim go barefoot, so do they go barefoot. Just like malachim do not have joints that they always stand. So do Jews that way. In brackets, he said obviously betfil so we do him and they daven and are mizvadim. Malachim nikim just like angels are clean. So do the Jews are clean in Yom Kippur. Malachim shalmeim just like malachim there's peace among them. So do the Jews in Yom Kippur because Baruch Hu hears the testimony of the Sultan. And atones to the Jewish people. That's why we have people in the minute to ask Mechila, or even if there's no wrong had apparently been done, in order to increase the peace. But tell mikvah, we'll go to the mikvah on Erev Yom Kippur, they should in order to be clean. For Rosh Shili, but the Yuma Rosh and Yuma of Hashem Rab Saigon, the Tzarech LeBarachat Tfilazu. There's a minute from Saigon to make a bracha on the Tfilah of Erev Yom Kippur, even for men. For Rosh Tachas, the Rosh rejects Avchem Minik Shalbar, and the minhag is not to make a bracha. But so what was Reb Saigon's reasoning? V'tam Agon Nira, the logic is Reb Saigon seems to be, you shouldn't see because it says Lifnei Hashem Titolu. And the Kippur is supposed to be Tor, and it says Lifnei Hashem. Evidently before the day of Yom Kippur, you have to be Tor. Well, Mikveh Matayas as Maim, and so because since the mikveh makes people tahar if they're tamei, this is also included in titaru. It's also included titaru in becoming tahar by going to the mikveh. Vav nagim al kos lamates markos with shalego. There is a custom. I would surprise Arukh HaShulchan seems to advocate it to give 39 lashes with a whip made out of a calf skin. You can go to the mikveh and do these malchus anytime you want during the day. I can't show this for those mincha, but since there's a custom to do vidu by mincha, it's best to get those floggings and to go to the mikveh before mincha kadesha vidu yebatara. So the vidu itself should be on conditions of tara, and after the atonement of the scourging of the whip. Carry. You only have to table once, and that erases matara you from any shikva zera lebatola. But now go or if I marry any shikva zera, because the person who has marital relations also becomes tummy. No, so answer to the makers do dunk 3 times. Women as women do when they go to the mikveh. Mishnah says some say the reason to go to the mikveh is because of a tshuva. According to this, you should table 3 times. And Rukh says the same thing. Avram says that even those hold that the reason of the dunking is on account of carry. Nevertheless, you have to table and have Yom Kippur, even if you're ready to table a different day for your carry. You haven't had any emission since then. Still, Yom Kippur is supposed to go to the mikveh. V'imei mikveh, or which has mankar, if there's no mikveh or it's cold, the mikveh also not heated. Yatil alav tisha kami mayim al gufo. You should pour 9 measures of water on your body, and your Arukh HaShulchan helpfully says, "Veim tesvav kvort," 15 quarts. 15 quarts. There are 4 quarts in a gallon, so this is about 3.5 gallons, something like that. So it doesn't take very long in the shower to get test kabin. We spoke later, Sammy. What was you saying here? Which was shir test kabin, 15 Polish quarts. The prime said, in our quart you need 24 quarts for the tisha kabin. Shas atchak with came don't hold that much. You can make it like the 18 quart opinion. That's not like the not like the Arukh HaShulchan. Arukh HaShulchan says actually where he got the 18 quart Mishnah Berurah, because here it says 15 quart, and he also previously said 15 quarts. You should spill not for more than 3 kalim, which is pretty has to be pretty large. Each one is a little more than a gallon. If you ask and you start pouring from the second one before you finish pouring from the first one, the third one, before you stop pouring the second one, or you pour from all of them together. Again, that's in order to ensure continuous flow. I think the shower works as continuous flow as well. Somebody who was an Ovel or K'mon L'Tzayim Yom Kippur, Mutar Chos Yitfol is allowed to wash and go to the mikveh B'erev Yom Kippur, on the eve of Yom Kippur. Even though it's a minute not to wash to wash all 30 days. B'erev Yom Kippur Mutar and Erev Yom Kippur. It's Mutar Av Kippur Gimel Shos Kol Moed, even 2 or 3 hours before nighttime. It's like other avails where you have to wait till almost last minute. In fact, the Mishnah Berurah says among Avram says that no. Even here, only an hour or 2 before nightfall, not prior to that. Arukh HaShulchan clearly argues. Actually, I read that. I jumped the gun by reading that. It goes on later in the Sif. Somebody who has a ptira, Yom Kippur is allowed to wash himself and go to mikveh Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur Shiva. Yom Kippur nullifies the Gzeira of Shiva. So therefore, it's as if that night you're leaving Shiva, it's like, and therefore you can go to the mikveh beforehand or wash beforehand. Even though there's a custom not to wash all 30 days, but Yom Kippur mutter. Even those who do not wash all 30 days, Yom Kippur mutter. Af kibbez is going on even for 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours before the nightfall. I see. I've just read this over again. Sorry. B'shar, so it was clear at this point. B'shar dina avails other laws avails no goes with Arab Yom Kippur. They do apply Arab Yom Kippur, but b'cholim like any other day. Then Yontif, it's not really Yontif. Elorak mitzvah lechol. It's just mitzvah to eat, lishtos, and to drink b'yom zeh on this day. B'yokum yav al yosel k'mo b'chol Erev Shabbos Yontif. And you got it from your avails like every Erev Shabbos Erev Yontif. Kvar b'yarnu b'siman peiches the tefillas carry mani gam b'mayim shuvim. Tefillas carry works even if it's in drawn water, even in karka, as long as it's poured back into the ground. For the not a vessel. Chenu b'tefillas Erev Yom Kippur, and so too tefillas Erev Yom Kippur can be done in a mayim shuvim, in water which has been drawn with buckets and is not its natural state. Kafrei zayin, b'mincha mizvadim say every day. Mincha say b'day, and this is how you say the b'day. Al Fredis Bible Simon Tavrish Gimel will explain the tshuva tzarich b'day. That for tshuva you have to confess your sins. V'shevidu you have a mitzvah same in Torah. It is a Torah mitzvah. The Chsiv says Yisvadu es chalta som. They should confess their sins. Bikar mitzvahs b'day. The primary mitzvah b'day will be Yom Kippurim as on Yom Kippur. B'zman Mikdash and the time of the Beis Hamikdash. Kohen Gadol mitzvah about Kol Yisrael Yisrael Mishlech. Kohen Gadol, as we have in the Avodah Yom Kippur, would say the b'day for all of Am Yisrael on the goat which is being sent off the cliff. You'll see what it says, V'yisvadel love, as kol chayv avanos b'Yisrael. Should say b'day for all, Aaron should say b'day for all the sins of Israel. So nowadays, every person has to say b'day on Yom Kippur and each of the davenings. And even though the primary obligation of Yom Kippur, said the end of Yom Erev Yom Kippur, you have to do video and Mincha Erev Kippur. Kodem Shachal B'Yishal Surim Hafsekes before you eat and drink Surim Hafsekes. V'atam reason is Shema Yarlo Dvar Kakol B'Suda Shitorib Daito Machmas Shikos. Right, so you're supposed to have mincha before you eat the Surim Hafsekes, because not showing me that clear. Because perhaps something bad will happen later in the Suda, and you're going to go insane, machmas shirchus, because the drunkenness. In other words, you might mess up Suda Mafsekes, get drunk and not do the same either. The Ram Perik Beis and Tshuva and Farish Shemei Chonik B'Suda, Rambam says, well, maybe we'll get choked to death, so therefore he's due before the Suda. Let's keep a little out. No. Beis Cheshe Beis Hasham. We also want to Beis Turn Rabbanon. Mitzvah. Oh no, Beis Zidon. Sorry. Beis is for tomorrow. That's it. No, Beis is for today. Tabri Zayin Beis. Beis is the last one. V'chashem Beis Hasham. That's the only Beis there. Turn Rabbanon. Mitzvahs Vidu Erev Yom Kippurim and Mechashech. Mitzvah Vidu is Erev Yom Kippur with nightfall noise before him. Amar Chacham Yisvad the Kohen Shiocha. But Chacham said take it earlier before you eat. But even though you said b'day before, to say b'day again after you eat your shtez and you drink shemi rachei pasuda. That's suda. And that means by Marav obviously we do it. Even though you said b'day at night, by Marav yisvada shars do in the morning. Sometimes same issue. Musav chulei. I'll say musav. Mincha v'chulei. Also mincha until you get to the Eli and Sham. Laharbet mean I'm farshim zesham with the mitzvahs video mechashecha. Many portion that which they said the mitzvah video is with evening. Hamizvada Arukh HaShulchan, mizvada after you eat. However, it's kind of going on some late mincha. It's going on Marav. Aber Rambam Pirish the sell vidui b'ifnei atzmo. Rambam says this is a unique vidui. Kodem chashecha before nightfall. Kodem Marav is before Marav. Kadesh Shekhanas Yom Kippurim b'tchilas hayom. You should kvar yisvada. So you commence Yom Kippur already having said vidui ahead of time. I never seen that. I see Filozaka being said, but it says that therefore the rain between when they come to shul right before Marav, if there's time, then they actually say but say vidui. Mishra says it's appropriate to be machlik his opinion, but he adds that our day and age you say tefillah zaka, which is tantamount to a vidui. So saying tefillah zaka takes the place of the vidui for Erev Yom Kippur, the right before Marav.